Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, YouTube. Let me bring TikTok in the chat. Get in here, get in here, get in here. We back with another episode. Welcome in TikTok, welcome in YouTube, welcome in FB. If you are just joining, if this is your first time here, drop a 1 in the chat so I can shout you out. If it's not your first time here, drop a 2. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So come on in TikTok, come on in FB and YouTube. We back with another show. Welcome in Clifton. Hey Sade. Oh, y'all front and center today. I know that's right. Shout out to my community in the chat. Get in here, get in here. Rushy baby. You guys make sure you tap the hearts on the live stream. Get me boosted. Get me boosted. Hey Veronica. Welcome in. Happy Monday. The start of a brand new week. I hope everybody's Monday is good so far. So get in here, get in here, get in here. Let me see if I could see these comments. Hey, Rushy. Hey, Shay. Welcome in, welcome in. We back with another show, y'all. Hey, Honey Loves. Honey, she said, hey, y'all. Hey, Nisha. Welcome in. If this is your first time catching me live, drop a 1 in the chat. If this is not your first time, drop a 2. Drop a 2. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta. I teach you guys how to create impact in your community through creating safe housing for individuals in need. And I teach you guys how to get to a bag at the same time. So on this channel, Bullmere said to go. Hello? Clock it. Clock it. That part. I'm here every time. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all in the chat for being here. Hey, Natasha. Natasha says she a repeat. Period. But yeah, I teach you guys how to create impactful businesses while also becoming financially free and get into a bag. That's what it's about on this channel. We create impact and income. I always tell people the two of the things can both coexist. So never let nobody tell you that you can't be paid for helping others. You can't get paid for your purpose, because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. You cannot help nobody without helping yourself first. So I teach you guys how to become financially free and how to get out of survival mode, how to get out of struggle mode, and create impactful businesses and become an impactful earner, impactful CEO. Hey, the bees, welcome in, welcome in. So YouTube, make sure you guys smash that like button, like, comment, and subscribe. So give me a thumbs up. TikTok, you guys, let's get the live stream to at least 5K, and then we're going to get started, or at least 2K. I'm going to need to see some effort. TikTok, FB, make sure you guys tap the live with the hearts and everything. But get in here, get in here, get in here. I'm going to just vibe with y'all tonight. I'm vibing with y'all tonight. So yes, welcome in. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta. I get paid from housing the homeless, and now I teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities and your states. Hey, Mrs. Walton. Anybody can do what I do, y'all. I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I am just a baddie with a business mind, and I'm a businesswoman. And I'll enjoy helping people, and I found a way to get paid for it. So that's why I get on these platforms and I teach you guys how financial freedom is attainable for you, but you have to build something, y'all. Hey, Wealthy. And what I preach on this platform, I preach for you to build a business that is not only impactful, but that can make you financially free at the same time. So that's what it's about. So we're creating impact and income through creating these businesses. So that's what I teach you guys. If you don't want to start a business, this might not be the space for you. If you're not trying to become financially free, this might not be the space for you. If you're not looking to have another income stream outside of your 9 to 5, this ain't going to be the space for you. But if you're ready to boss your life up, elevate, and step out that 9 to 5, this is a space for you, because that's what we do on this channel. And what I teach you guys is that any everyday person can be financially free. And I didn't realize how attainable 6 figures was, y'all, until I started my housing business. I never made 6 figures ever in my life until I started my housing program. So that's why I'm so passionate passionate about teaching other people how attainable financial freedom is, but you have to start the right business. I know there's so many businesses out here online that people are telling you to start this, start this, start this. But listen, y'all, the business that has changed my life is independent housing. And that's just that on that. I've done some of everything, y'all. I used to do lashes. I did, what else I did? I used to do Airbnb. I used to sell health and wellness products, but this business right here is the one that actually changed the trajectory of my life, where I no longer have to clock into another 9 to 5 as long as I live, because I built something that's not only impactful, but it's in high demand. And when I tell y'all, people are always going to need a roof over their head, if you guys can only understand the demand in housing and how we are in a housing crisis right now. We are in a housing crisis. So that's why, and I tell people, I can't house everybody. I'm only in Metro Atlanta, y'all. There is so many homelessness throughout this entire country. I want everybody to drop their cities in the chat, and I'll let you know if you can do this in your city. But when I tell y'all, I got students all across the US that has gotten up and started their housing program, and that's getting paid from helping others. Hey, mommy teacher, New York City, Rochester, New York, period. We got Fort Worth in the building. I know that's right. So I got students in Fort Worth. I got students in upstate New York. I got students in Alabama, Knoxville. I got students in Tennessee. I got students in Washington, Vegas, all of that. All of that. So yeah, y'all, everywhere, all the places that y'all name, Orlando. I have a student in Orlando. She got houses up and running. I have a student in Indianapolis, Vegas. Hey, New Beginnings. I also just became a student. I purchased a class. Shout out to you, Black Nicole. I know that's right. We got St. Louis in the chat, period. So listen, all of the places that you guys name, there is a homeless population in your cities and in your states. That's why anybody can start a housing program. Um, Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. I always tell people, I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. The only requirement that you need is, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this field, y'all. But you have to have a heart for people, and you have to have some type of business mentality, because some people, they get into this business and they don't know how to run no business. They don't know how to put their foot down, because at the end of the day, y'all, we are housing a vulnerable population. But if you don't stick to your guns with these people, they will walk all over you, and they will close your business down ASAP. So you have to have a backbone in business, y'all. You cannot be successful in business if you don't have a backbone, if you are not business savvy, because people will walk over you. So that's why I take my students and I pour into them and teach them how attainable financial freedom is through independent housing. Now, if you're in the chat, you might be thinking, well, what is a housing program? But before we start, because I'm gonna walk y'all down what I do and how you can start this in your cities and your states, because anybody can do this. Hey, Maris. Rahi said, follow your blueprint. It will work. Listen, Rahi, you better talk to him. Let them know, Rahi. So, y'all, I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, and FB. So, in case you guys see me looking different ways, I'm on all platforms. We global at this point. My community do not play about me. So, I'm officially deep on YouTube, TikTok, and FB. So, pick your choice. However you want to view me, I'm on all platforms. So, let's clock that T. Let's clock that T. So yes, y'all, but anybody can get started in this business. So yes. Donnell said, I would like to your business. Huh? What that mean? But anyway, back to the rules of the live stream, y'all. So the way this class is going to be engaging, I'm going to need for you guys to interact. So what does that mean? That means give the live stream a thumbs up on YouTube. TikTok, I want you guys to tap the screen. And then FB, I want you guys to heart and comment. So that's going to keep the live flowing. And that lets me know that you guys are paying attention. And then number 2, let's have some good energy. All haters, all weirdo energy will be blocked and banned. So keep it cute in my chat, because I run a strict program on this page, on this channel. So keep it cute in the comments. So we here to learn, we here to elevate, we here to change our lives. So if you're not trying to do that, you might want to hit the door. And then another thing, when I tell you guys to type something in the chat, make sure you type it because that's going to keep the engagement going in the live stream. So TikTok, let's get the likes up to 5K. But for those that are new here, you might be thinking, well, how can I get paid to house the homeless? What is a housing program? So what I do, y'all, I like to call this independent housing. And yes, it's been around for so long, but I like to say that I put my own little spin on it and I kind of gave it a new light on social media. But I like to call it independent housing. Some people may call this independent living. Some people may call this co-living, shared housing. So it's all the same concept. The key thing is that we are only providing housing only to individuals that are independent and high functioning. So I want you guys to type housing only in the chat because I'm going to break this down to you guys on the third grade level. I don't want nobody to be confused. I don't move in confusion. I like clarity only on this channel. God is not the author of confusion. So I want to break it down so you guys can understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to talk over your head or confuse you. So you as a housing provider, you as an independent housing program, your job is to provide housing only. That's it. It is not your job to give these people 3 meals a day. It's not your job to give out anybody medication. It's not your job to sit here and bathe nobody up. Okay? If you got it, drop got it in the chat. So that's why I tell you, my students, I tell my people, you only provide housing only in this business. And I'm going to tell you guys what this is not. If you got it, drop got it in the chat. I want you guys to understand. I'm not trying to talk over your head and confuse you and how you all twisted up. This ain't that. We break things down on this channel. I like clarity. I like to move in clarity. So let me tell you guys what this is not. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. And this is not an assisted living. So what does that mean for you? That means you do not have to call the local city and zoning and say, excuse me, do I have permission to set up a housing program? You don't got to do all that. You do not have to sit here and be a nurse. You do not have to be a CNA. You don't have to have any type of experience to get this up and running. And why is that, y'all? Because we are focusing on providing housing only, like I told you guys. Now, the minute you want to start doing all this extra stuff that I don't teach you guys, like giving out meds, trying to get them 3 meals a day, now you moving like a group home. And guess what? When you start doing that, the city gonna come knocking on your door and say, excuse me, do you got permission do you have a license to set this up? And you're gonna be like, and they're like, shut down, close this house down right now. So that's why you guys need to follow the blueprint that I laid out for you. I give my students the step by step, but the moment you start diverting and doing things that I ain't teach you, now you're gonna be in trouble. And you had that coming to yourself. So yeah, that's why I teach you guys, follow the blueprint that I set, because listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. I ain't no fly by night. I know it's a lot of TikTok teachers that's on these platforms, but guess what? I've been in this field for a minute. I am not new to this. I'm true to this. One person came on my live stream yesterday and she was like, well, how can you do this? And I said, well, do you have a house? Because you sitting here, I'm not telling y'all what I'm pulling out the sky. This is my real life. This is the business that has changed my life. And this is my livelihood. I'm not about to sit here and mislead the people on the internet. I got to answer to God first. So what I look like getting on here capping for the internet. And I said, how you going to teach me my material when I live this? So if you ain't got no house, you shouldn't be talking in this chat. Listen to the expert, the real expert. It's a lot of fakes online, but this is the real right here. And that's just that on that. And you could take it how you want to take it. Y'all could scroll my page. I've been posting content since like 2022, 2023. But I've really been in this business for a minute. I just started doing the internet stuff last year. And I've officially hit my 1-year teaching anniversary for independent housing. Monet said, yes, let them know, baby. Listen, I got to pop it because it's a lot of weirdo energy on the internet trying to be funny. But don't forget who did it first. Don't forget who really in the field with it. Like, I'm the one that put a light on this, y'all. I'm probably the second creator on TikTok that blew up independent housing. The first creator was Up the Score. After Up the Score, I started posting my content and we kind of was holding it down on TikTok for the longest. So let's not get it twisted. Hello? Let's not get it twisted. So I'm really in the field. So I'm not gonna sit here and mislead you guys just to make a sell. I'm really doing this. All in the family said I started with you last year and I'm just not getting started. Thank you. Let's go. Listen, I love that for my students. I love that for my trophies. But listen, and that's another thing, y'all. Everybody has their own journey when it comes to this independent housing, because you don't look at my success and want to be where I'm at by next week, y'all. I've been doing this for a minute. So don't sit here and think that you don't have my work ethic. You don't have listen. So stop doing that. Stop comparing yourself to the next person. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own path. So you run your own race. I like to tell people it's not a race, it's a pace. You're going to get there. Stay down for your come up. So I don't sell you guys dreams. Yes, you see how I live, you see my life, but guess what? This wasn't overnight. I really stayed down for my come up. So that's what I preach to my students. Like, and however, there are some of my students that come into this game and they really like do their biggest one. But guess what? Their work ethic is different. So you can't sit here and compare yourself. You know yourself better than anybody. So don't sit here and compare yourself to the next person, but you don't know what they was doing behind the scenes. That person probably up till 12 in the morning, marketing their housing program, doing what they got to do. But you over there envious, talking about, oh, she a scam. This don't work. You don't work. That's the problem. Hello? You don't work. So it's not that the material don't work, y'all. It's y'all be wanting overnight success, and that's not how life works. That is not how life works. And anybody telling you that it's fast, they lying. So stay down for your come up, find the right mentor, invest in yourself. Period. Deetra. Shout out to Deetra for doing her biggest one. But if you want to learn from the queen, if you want to learn from the realest in the field, you need to tap in, become a student, and invest in my bundle. My bundle is going to walk you from A to Z. All of my students that are top tier, that's having motion and success, they all invested in themselves and got my bundle. So if you're looking, well, where do I start? How do I get in? That bundle is what's going to do it for you. So let's clock that T. But I just had to put that out there because a lot of y'all be like blinded by other people's success and y'all be hating on the next person, but you could have that same motion. You could have that same success, but you got to stay down for your come up, y'all. Simple as that. Find the right mentor that's going to pour into you, speak life into you, and then take off and do your work. But that's just that on that. But this is independent housing, y'all. Anybody can do what I do. I have students that are felons. That's doing their biggest one. It's room for everyone to be successful. Listen, clock that T. It really is. It really is. And when y'all be asking me, well, is housing saturated? Is the housing industry saturated? Jaranda said, do you teach us how to market and find people? Yes, Jaranda, I walk y'all step by step. I'm not one of them that's playing in y'all face. I know it's a lot of people on this internet selling y'all BS ebooks, playing in y'all face. But when you learn from me, you're learning from A to Z. I don't play those type of Mickey Mouse games. Like I'm too grown for that. I don't sit here and play in people's face. Number one, y'all, my reputation is everything. Once you get on the internet and you build a platform, listen, you can't be over here playing in people's face because word going to get around and you mess yourself up on the internet, it's over with. I don't play those type of games. I answer to God. I don't got to get over here and try to make a quick buck. I'm winning in real life. I got businesses offline that's really taking care of me. When I come up here and educate you guys and motivate you guys, it's because this is my mission. This is my purpose, to create more impactful earners. Not because I have to, it's because this is a part of my purpose. This is healing for me, y'all. Me getting up here, getting out of my comfort zone as an introvert, pouring into y'all, showing y'all what's possible when you stay down for your come up, when you invest in yourself and you take a risk and the sky is the limit. This is part of my purpose. Somebody needs to hear this. I have mentees that inbox me every single day saying how I changed their life for me showing up every day on live. Y'all think it's easy showing up on these platforms every day? No, it's not, but I have to do it. It's part of my purpose. It's part of what I'm called to do. And if I want to have success, I got to do the work. Same thing as y'all. You want to have success in housing? You want to have success in business? You got to show up and do the work. And that's just that on that. So let's clock that T. Listen, y'all got me in my bag tonight. Y'all got me in my bag tonight, and I don't mean to be, but sometimes I be having to talk some sense into y'all and keep it real. And that's one thing about me, y'all. I can only get on this internet and be myself. I will never get on here and put on an image just to sell a course. I'm gonna be myself at the end of the day. You can call me mean, you can call me standoffish. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to change lives and be respected at the end of the day. That's why my students is having a next level of success. Hold on now. She's fussing like our mama. I'm cracking up. But yeah, I be having to get that through your head. Like, people be thinking one way and then they want to be talking funny on the internet. I don't play internet games. I'm here to change lives. I'm not here to be liked. That's the difference between me and other people. I don't need nobody's validation. God already sent me. I don't got to get on here and be liked. I'm here to make a difference and make an impact. That's why I came into this industry and really shook the whole industry up. I wasn't trying to do this. This is God's plan. Hate on, ask God about it. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here walking in purpose, doing what I was told to do. And that's why my success is next level. If you serving in purpose, why do you have to charge? Because I have to. Ain't nothing free in this life. That's why. And I'm not about to be used and abused by people that's playing in people's face, and people that be in my DMs like you asking for free stuff that ain't going to do nothing with yourself. That's why. I don't play those type of games. I look like this for a reason. I don't let people wear me out for free. Nobody. That's y'all problem. Y'all be doormats to everybody else and burn yourself to the ground. I'm not that. This ain't that. I'm really here making a difference, and I'm going to take care of myself. Self-care is important to me. I will never let y'all wear me out. The minute the internet start getting to me, guess what? I'm logging off of all these apps. It's never that serious. It's never that serious. So that's the thing. That's the difference between me and you. You're going to sit here and be a doormat. I'm not doing that. I'm here to change lives. That's what the difference is. Somebody said, are you a person that got the jet? Yes. Maika says, never. Listen, that part, it's never that serious. Y'all be on here trying to do all this extra stuff. I'm not here to be liked. That's why my students get results, because I'm a real person. I'm not here putting on fronts to make a sale. I got real successful businesses offline. And that's just that on that. I don't got to get on here overly convincing y'all to purchase from me. The girls that get it, get it. And the ones that don't, going to be hating. Because you're going to be mad. How her students having that success? Well, let me get her bundle. Yeah, that's what I thought. Or you could go on ChatGPT and do it for free. You don't need to buy nothing from me. Richard says, slow down, Lane. I'm cracking up. Oh, man. Tracy said, literally nothing free. Look, nothing in this world is free. And they want to sit here and wear you out like a wash rag. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why y'all don't respect people that give y'all anything for free. You treat them like garbage. You ain't about to treat me like nothing. You ain't about to treat me like nothing. You're going to come here and act like you got some sense. I run a strict program for a reason. And that's why I'm well respected in these streets. I join you live and must say you are awesome, but I would like to respectfully ask that the preaching maybe kind of be reduced. Well, you can find somebody else to go learn from. This is my channel. This is my show. If it don't resonate with you, that's okay. I'm not here for you. I'm here for a certain demographic of people, and the girls that get it, and the ones that don't. And that's just that on that. I want to start transitional homes for single women with kids. Been my idea and vision. Okay, so let me get back to the material. You got to look. Natasha said you got to pay ChatGPT to listen. Talk to them. They're not hearing you though. Preaching, I don't know. I'm sitting here doing what I was sent to do. If you don't like it, you can go buy somebody's course and go get the information. But I'm not here for that. This is my show. It's my world. You just living in it. You got free will. You can exit off the app. And that's just that on that. Anyway, back to the material, y'all. You can get paid for your purpose through housing others. And I teach you guys how to do that. This is something that I've been doing since 2021. This is the business that has changed my life so much. I've never had financial freedom in my life until I started an independent housing program. I make very good money doing what I do, but outside of just the money, y'all, I'm really living in purpose. I wake up every day and I know that I'm changing lives. I get to live life on my own terms. I don't got to answer to nobody. I don't need no man to sit here and sponsor my lifestyle because guess what? I created a business that pays me without me having to trade my time for it. I don't got to be shackled to my houses. I don't have to sit here and be standing on my feet all day as a cashier, doing Uber Eats and Instacart. That was me, y'all. I used to have to do all of them side hustles just to get by. But I created one business that changed my life. And that's why I'm so passionate about getting on these platforms and educating you guys how financial freedom is definitely attainable for you guys. Because I am not no nurse, I'm not no CNA. I am just a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. Anybody can do this. I have students that are felons that have housing programs. They're making a difference in their community and they're getting paid for it. And that's a beautiful thing. You guys don't have to start group homes to get paid to help people. You don't have to start personal care homes to get paid to help people. You don't have to start assisted livings. You can start an independent housing program. And why am I so passionate about independent housing? Because anybody can come in this business and win, y'all. You don't have to be nobody special. You don't have to have all this experience. You don't have to own property. You don't have to, what else y'all be asking? You don't have to have good credit. As long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can set this up. Now, so what is independent housing? BY said you inspire me. Thank you. Thank you. So what is independent housing, y'all? Independent housing is where you provide safe and structured living for independent and high functioning individuals. So I want everybody to type independent in the chat. And I'm going to break it down even more for y'all. We're going to get into how you get paid. We're going to get into who you can house and all that good stuff. So type independent in the chat before I move on. But yeah, you guys can get paid for housing independent, high functioning people in need. So what does that mean? You are not sitting here giving out 3 meals a day. You are not bathing nobody up. You are not giving out medications. The people that you're going to house in your housing program, these people can do for themselves. They don't need to be babysat, y'all. They don't need to be babysat. They don't need you taking them to their appointments. They can do for themselves. And the way I like to explain this business to people, think of this like an Airbnb for people that are on a fixed income. So before I was doing this Airbnb, y'all, before I was doing this business, I was doing Airbnb. Now, the difference between, and when you hear independent living, some people might think like, oh, this is like a rooming house. This is like a boarding home. This ain't that, y'all. I don't like that word. And the difference between us and a rooming home or a boarding home is the structure. We are providing structure for the individuals that we house. So this ain't no rooming house. And I always tell my students, it's a thin line between a rooming house and a trap house. Is a thin line between a rooming house and a trap house. I don't teach my students to put up trap houses. We are actually impacting our community because we are creating safe housing and with their structure in our homes. So I'm gonna break it down even more for you guys. So I like to relate this to Airbnb. If anybody ever stayed at an Airbnb, drop a 1 in the chat. If you've ever stayed at an Airbnb, drop a 1 in the chat so I can make this make sense for y'all. Because this is almost similar like the Airbnb. And when I used to do my Airbnb, I did not call the city. Watch you since last year. You definitely inspired me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I like to relate this as an Airbnb, y'all. So before I did this business, I used to do Airbnb. And guess what? When you stay at a person's Airbnb, you have to follow that person's house rules. You can't be in that person's home. You're a guest in that person's home. It's the same thing with your housing program. These people that are staying in your program, they are guests or participants in your program. These are not tenants. So I want you guys to change your language. I teach my students that language is everything in this business. These people that we are providing safe housing for, they are not your tenants and you are not nobody's landlord. The new word is a housing program. So somebody drop program in the chat because y'all be saying the wrong stuff and then y'all be calling the city talking about, hey, do I got permission to start this housing program? Them people don't know what you talking about. When I tell y'all this is a new wave, don't like the word trap house, that part. When I tell y'all this is a new wave and a lot of people are not onto this like that. So the city don't understand what you're saying when you talking about a program. So that's why I teach my students, follow my blueprint and move the way I teach you guys to move, and you will have success in this business. When I tell y'all I've been doing this since 2021, the city can't clock my teeth because there's nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent adults. And that's what the difference is. That's why I teach you guys, stick to providing housing only. The minute you start deviating and doing all this other extra stuff, guess what? The city have a right to come knock on your door because you moving as a group home or a personal care home. You need a license for that. That's illegal, y'all. What I teach you guys is not illegal. It's similar to Airbnb. So when you stay in somebody's Airbnb, you're a guest in their home. And guess what? You have to follow the house rules that they set for everybody that has their own housing program. So for you guys that want to start your own independent housing program, guess what? You're going to make your own rules for your house. This is your house. You set the tone. You can make your program as strict as you want, or you can make your housing program as lenient as you want. Somebody drop rules in the chat. Somebody drop rules in the chat. So that's what I love about independent housing, y'all. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You can set this business to your personality style. Me personally, y'all, I run a strict program, so you best believe my houses are going to be a reflection of my personality. My people know I don't play that, and when I come through the houses, y'all, they be like little kid. They be like on their best behavior. It'd be so funny, and I'm younger than them. I'm like, oh, I'm young enough to be their granddaughter. But when you set a tone in your housing programs and you create a certain level of respect for your people, guess what? It makes all the difference. So my people, they love me, they respect me, and they follow the rules. So you, as a housing program, you create your own rules in your house, y'all. So there is no right or wrong way. You don't have to do it how I do it. So that's what the difference is. Now, in your housing program, once you create your rules, I'm gonna teach you guys how we get paid in this business. So if you're wondering, well, how does a homeless person have money to pay for housing? Drop how in the chat, and I'm gonna teach you guys how we get paid in this business, because it's not what you guys think. A lot of y'all think that we get paid through grants, we get paid through different things, but I want you guys to drop how in the chat if you want to know how do we get paid in this business. Because I mean, we gotta talk about some money, like what is looking like, how we get paid, that part. So here's the thing, y'all. In this business, I teach my students to set up their housing programs. This is a private pay business model. So what does private pay mean? Private pay means that the individuals we house pay us directly. So guess what? We're not getting money through the state. We're not getting money through any grants. This is not grant funded. And we're not getting funded through any insurance. And honestly, y'all, if you want to get paid through those avenues, guess what? You're going to have to be licensed, zoned, and certified. And remember, guys, I teach you guys to set this up in this with this model that I teach you. You don't need no license, you don't need no zoning, and you don't need no certifications. Why? Because this is independent and it's privately ran, privately owned. The people that we house, they pay us straight. You don't got to go through no middleman. You don't got to go looking for no grants and all that weirdo stuff. So if somebody telling you need grants to run this, they lying. Don't listen to them. TikTok, let's get the likes up to at least 8K. But how we get paid, y'all, this is completely private pay. You about to cook for them now. Period, Richard. This is completely private pay. Now, you might be thinking, well, what is private pay? So the individuals I teach my students to go after is the homeless individual. Okay, here's another thing, y'all. When I tell you guys we get paid to house the homeless, you guys are thinking about the homeless people that's standing on the street corners with the signs like this that's strung out. Those are not the people I teach you guys to go after. Those are not the people that I teach my students to house. I teach you guys how to house homeless individuals that have money. And listen, y'all, I'm changing the way you guys look at homelessness, because homelessness doesn't look like the person that's strung out holding the street sign. Homelessness, you guys, it looks like the veteran. It looks like the senior. It looks like the person that just came home from prison and they have no support. They have no family. Homelessness can look like so many things. It could be the person that's living in their car. And just because you hear the word homeless, it does not mean that they don't have money. They have money, y'all. You just have to know where to find these individuals and how to see how much money they got. Now, for my students, I teach my students to go after independent people that get a check every single month. So what does that look like? That's Social Security, disability, VA benefits, and retirement. And some of these people work jobs, y'all. Now, we have to get paid for what we do. This is not no nonprofit and this ain't no charity. This is a for-profit business. So I teach my students how to get paid and how to impact their community at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with doing both. So yes, we are getting paid and we are only housing people with money. Somebody drop money in the chat or drop some money bags in the chat. So your job as a housing provider is to only house individuals that have an income. The minute you start trying to house people for free, guess what? You ain't going to have no business and you're going to be out of business for you even start. You're going to be out of business for you even start. That's why I teach you guys to stick to the script, stick to the blueprint. We are only providing housing to individuals that have money. We're not chasing nobody down for no check. When I tell y'all the worst mistake I made in this business, when I first got started, I sat here and took all of these working people. I don't teach my students to fill up your house with working people because some people, guess what? The minute them people miss out on the paycheck, you ain't going to have no business. Your business is going to be in the red. So I teach my students to go after people that have guaranteed money. And what does that look like, guys? Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, all that good stuff. That's who you want to focus on. Now, the minute you start stacking all these people that got jobs, you're going to have a problem on your hands. Now, let me break it down for y'all, right? So I have a total of 6 houses, right? I have a total of 6 houses. And in my 6 houses, I have 49 beds across all my locations. Out of all 49 of my beds, guess what? I only have 4 people that work a job. So that should tell y'all something. You do not want to sit here and stack your house with a whole bunch of working people. You want to create a sustainable business that's going to run on autopilot and get your money coming in every single month. You better clock in and you better tap in and listen to what I'm telling y'all. We are only housing people with guaranteed money. That's the way that we do it here. Now you might be thinking, all right, so let me break it down even more. So independent housing, y'all, let me tell you guys how I set this up. So in my homes, these are shared. This is called shared living. And I teach my students shared rooms. You guys drop shared in the chat so I can break it down for you even more because it's about to get fun. We about to get into the money talk. We about to get into the cash talk. But I want you guys to pay attention. So with the business model that I teach you guys, these are shared rooms. I'm not teaching you guys private rooms. I'm not teaching you guys to put up a private room on FB Marketplace. I'm not teaching you guys to put up your room on Pass Split. And why? Because half them people that want private rooms, those are the working people, and you ain't getting no money for them private rooms. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. So drop bed in the chat. And in this business model, I teach my students to put a minimum of 2 individuals to 1 room. So that's what it's going to look like. So your job is to put at least a minimum of 2 people in the 1 room. And that's how you're going to maximize your impact. And that's how you're going to maximize your income, y'all. When I tell y'all them private rooms ain't making no money and them private rooms be the biggest headache. The biggest headache. That's the worst mistake I made starting this business in the beginning. Like I was renting out private rooms. And when I tell y'all them people took me through there, they took me through there. One of the ladies was prostituting in the house, y'all. The other one was a single mother sleeping with one of the. I said, oh no, I had to listen, y'all. I had to pivot. I said, oh no, we can't do this. I had to throw the whole house away. Hello? I had to throw the whole house away. I had to get everybody up out of there and started listen. That's why I teach you guys how to do this the right way, where it's not about to sit here and give you a whole bunch of headache. Private rooms equal headache. So I'm just letting y'all know right now. You thinking that, oh, you shouldn't be putting 2 people in a room. That's disgusting. Well, you fill your house up with private working people and let me know how that work out for y'all. Half of y'all be like, oh, well, what happened if I got to evict them? The only people that y'all going to have to evict is them private room people. Them to be the only ones that be giving you pushback. That's why I don't like private rooms. Them private rooms, somebody type no private in the chat. No private in the chat. Drop it. And I'm going to even tell y'all why. Them private people will sit there and give you a run for your money. Oh, you can't put me out. You got to evict me. I don't play those type of games. Listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. When I tell y'all I never did an eviction in my life, I'm not playing those type of games. When I tell them to leave, guess what? They got to leave. But the only people that give you that pushback is them daggone private room people. That's why I don't play with them. That's why I don't play with them people like that. I'm not, listen, we doing shared rooms over here, y'all. I am not playing with them people. Somebody said we gonna be moving furniture. They play them games. Period. Listen. You gotta get it how you live. Cause what we talking about? This is my house. What you talking about? Tomorrow, something you gotta evict me. I said I'm gonna show you something. Don't worry. Don't you worry yourselves. You wait right there. But it gets real in the field, y'all. Like that's why I teach you guys to structure this a certain way so you ain't got to deal with that headache. I don't got, listen, y'all. I've really been doing this business for so long. There is not a scenario I have not been through. I had to put the lady out. She calling the cops. And I listen. That's why I need to learn from the queen. When I tell y'all, I come with a whole bunch of experience, and any situation that y'all throw at me, I done been through it. I had a guy came home from prison. He jumped out the window on the second floor. Is listen, it gets real in this business. It really do. But I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, because when you walking in purpose and you know that this is something you're supposed to be doing, all I could do is think about that stuff and just laugh. Like honestly, y'all, I would take these problems all day long over a 9 to 5, because honestly, it be adding excitement to my life sometimes. Sometimes I don't really be doing much. So when I have to deal with a situation at the houses, I be ready. Look, I be ready for action. I be like, what's going on? I step through the door. What's going on? Like I be laughing with y'all, but in real life with them, they know not to play with me. I don't be in there smiling or nothing. They be like, oh, she a B. Yeah, you right. Don't play with me. About my coin, about this business. Oh, we gonna get down for real, for real. But that's why I teach you guys share room. So drop share in the chat. I want to get it through your head. We are not doing private rooms. You having private rooms, you're gonna have private problems. For real, for real. Them people like, oh, you gotta evict me. You gotta do. I'm not playing with y'all. You better get about this. Listen, you better listen. And that's why you need to become a student. If you really want to know how I handle these situations, you're gonna have to tap into the winning team. You're gonna have to tap into the winning team. But honestly, with them private people, you're not gonna get the money that you should be getting, and then they're gonna be giving you problems and headache. The thing I love about this shared room business model, y'all, is because you have more control over your property. So meaning that you have more control over what's going on behind them private rooms, y'all. They be getting crazy. They be getting high, sneaking people in the house. I had one lady prostituting, like she had 20 guys one night. I don't care for them private rooms no more. That was the worst mistake I could have made in this business. And a lot of people on the internet, they teach y'all to rent out rooms. That's why I don't teach y'all that nonsense. This is real impact being made in this business model that I teach y'all. We really changing lives. Yes, they're sharing room 20 men. I promise it was crazy. Yes, they're sharing room, y'all, but guess what? There's accountability in our home. So they have to follow rules. They can't just be in there doing what they want to do. So you have way more control over your property when you do a shared room business model. And that's why I preach that to y'all. Shared is the wave. Now, how do we get paid, y'all? So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. And in your independent housing program, you want to put a minimum of 2 individuals into one room. That's what's going to maximize your income and maximize your impact. So I always tell my students, the more people you can house, the more money you can make. But I'm not telling y'all to sit here and stack these people up, 20 people in one room. I'm not telling y'all that. So y'all got to still move with some decency and move with integrity. And that's why I tell people, if you just in this strictly for the money, you're not going to last long in this field. Yeah, I've been around since 2021 because I move with decency. I move with order. I don't just do crazy things. The moment you start getting greedy in this business, and you get careless and you start treating people as just a number, guess what? You won't have a business for too much longer. So that's why I stress the importance of having a business mind and a heart that really want to help people, because we are dealing with a vulnerable population, you guys. So that's why you have to be careful with that. So yes, we are putting a minimum of 2 individuals into one room. So just make sure the people have a decent living space. I'm not telling you to pack them out like rats in the house. Make sure they have enough room to move around and store their things. So that's how we do it. And typically when we're starting out, I tell my students, somebody said, do you have to own? Okay, that's a great question. So if you own property, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. If you own property, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own property, I want you to drop a 2 in the chat. I want to see who we got into the room tonight. So if you own property, drop a 1, and I'm going to break it down on who can start this and who cannot start this. So I just want to know who we got in here. So we got a lot of 2s. Okay. Let's see. YouTube is a lot of twos. Oh wow. Okay, so this live stream, because yesterday I did it was a lot of homeowners. So we got a lot of twos. So here's the thing, y'all. You do not have to own property for this business. You can rent a house. So let me give you so guys, I have 6 houses. I rent all 6 houses with permission. So what does that mean? That means the landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. And that's why I teach you guys how you can get permission from private landlords and property management companies, because honestly, we're doing a great thing for our community and we're keeping these landlords paid. So yes, you can do this as a renter. You do not have to own property. Now, for the ones that said that they own property, guess what? You can skip a step. You don't have to go get permission from nobody. This is your house. You can run your stuff how you see fit. But the difference between the ones that own and the ones that don't own is just permission. So type permission in the chat. Now, I'm not teaching y'all to do no funny business and go rent a house and they don't know. I'm not teaching you guys that. So we get full permission, and I teach my students how to get full permission from landlords and property management companies that know what you're doing and they love what you're doing. When I tell you guys, when you build a great relationship with your landlord and your property management company, they will throw houses at you. When I tell y'all I have students that they be, even me personally, one of my property owners, he called me, he'd be like, can you take a look at this address and see if it's a good fit for the program? When I tell you they be throwing houses at me, and that's because when you do good business and you have a great relationship with these landlords, they're gonna throw houses at you because we're doing them a great thing, y'all. We're keeping a mortgage paid. We keeping a mortgage paid. So I teach you guys how to get permission from landlords and property management companies to run your own housing program. And that's why I tell you guys, I have students that are felons. You don't need no credit for this. You don't need no background check. You don't need no bank statement. When I know it sounds crazy. Listen, I know it sounds crazy. But when I tell you guys, I pitch my landlord so good, they did not ask me for a bank statement. They did not ask me for a credit check. They did not ask me for a background check. And that's why I have students that are in this business that are felons that have 2, 3, 4 homes open, because they took my blueprint and ran with it. So I give you guys all the sauce, but yes, landlords will allow you to run your housing program. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. I don't care. One of my guys, Tony, he just came home from prison last month. And guess what? He already got approved to get his housing program. He got a house and everything. So you can't sit here and tell me no excuse. I got students that are single mothers. I got students that just came home from prison. I got students that ain't never opened a business in their life. And guess what? They got housing programs. So that's why I tell y'all, I love this business model because any everyday person can open up a housing program. As the only requirement that I tell people, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can start a housing program. It's not rocket science. This is not a group home, y'all. This is not a personal care home. This is not an assisted living. We are providing housing only. So when you focus on providing these people a safe and structured a living space for them to call home, you don't got to go through the state. You don't got to go get certified. You don't got to get an inspection. And that's why so many people are having success in this business. This business, y'all, is honestly, it's the best kept secret that ain't nobody talking about. And even before I brought it to the internet, there were so many other people like that been around years before me, old enough to be my grandmothers, that was doing this type of business model, but they wasn't doing it the way that I put my spin on it. They was just running it as like a boarding home, renting out rooms. The difference and that's why I tell y'all, we are really impacting our community, because them people that's just renting out private rooms, guess what? Them people they coming and going as they please. They not listening to no rules. They bringing substances in the house. They getting high. They bringing visitors. So that's why I tell y'all, it's a thin line between a trap house in a boarding home. And that's exactly where you headed if you're trying to rent out private rooms to these people. I don't teach y'all that. We really doing real impact in our community because we're giving these people structure and a safe living environment. When they come in our doors, when they come in through our housing program, these people actually have a peace of mind. They not looking over their shoulder because this person trapping out the next room, this person prostituting out the next room. I don't play those type of games, y'all. This is real structure, real impact. That's why I teach you guys, housing programs are the new wave. Housing programs are the new wave. We not doing group homes, personal care homes. Half of y'all would never be in a position to own a personal care home or a group home. Half of because number one, you got to probably have like 40K in the bank. You got to have this experience. You got to have be a nurse. You got to have staff. For the way that I teach you guys to set this business up, you don't need no staff. These homes run itself. When I tell y'all I be getting on planes, I live my life. I don't have to be shackled to my houses every day. Listen, y'all, you set up your house one good time and you fill it up with the right demographics, the right population, you can live your life. You can live your life. We not sitting here babysitting grown people. That's why you only want to house independent people. That's what the difference is. So back to what I was telling you guys, we get paid by the bed in this business. If you are just joining, drop just join in my chat and I might give you a little recap. And TikTok, get the likes up to 15K. We not even moving on the likes. Are y'all engaging with me? I don't think so. All right, we got a lot of just join. Okay. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, I'm not yelling at y'all. I'm just passionate. So don't take it the wrong way. I'm a very passionate person, y'all, and I love what I do. So it might sound like I'm yelling, but I'm just passionate and I love it here. I love what I do. And y'all should be able to tell that. I don't come on here being nobody but myself. I don't come on here being nobody but myself. And that's why y'all love it here. And that's why y'all love it here. And I keep it real. But that's why I get results. My students really get results. So if you're new here, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless to starting your own housing program. Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. This is not rocket science. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. This is not an assisted living. So what does that mean for you? Anybody can get started in this business. I tell people, as long as you got a business mindset and a genuine heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business. Love you too, Augusta. You can thrive in this business. I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. Somebody said it get burnt out fast when folks jump on the wave. Yeah, hopefully it's not for me. Yeah, that part. That's what I tell my students. You cannot be in this with the wrong intentions, because I promise you, if you come into this business with the wrong intentions, them be the main people that don't be having success. They be like, I can't get my beds filled. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They be expecting overnight success because they chasing the money, but that's not how businesses are, y'all. You have to build your business from the ground up. Nothing is overnight. Everybody got to put in their work. Everybody got to put in their stripes. I've been doing this since 2020, 2021, y'all. This is not overnight for me. Yes, I have 6 houses and 49 beds, but I didn't get here overnight. I had to put my work in. I just came on the internet last year this time teaching you guys because I finally mastered it. It's a lot of people on the internet teaching ain't been in the business for a year. I really been in this business, and I wouldn't even feel comfortable getting on the internet teaching somebody something that I don't know in and out. So that's why I can come on here and talk my talk and be passionate and tell you guys the ins and the outs, because I done been through pretty much everything. I'm really a vet in the field. I know I just look like this, but I'm really a vet in this business. If we being real, I'm just the quiet storm. I don't do too much of this. I move in silence. I build in silence. I teach my students to build in silence and then pop out with your results. We not online telling people I'm starting this. No, you build offline and you come online saying, look what I built, y'all. That's how y'all know me. I've been building this business since 2021. I just started posting my day in the life content. That's what took me to the next level. I'm not on here pretending to be something that I'm not. This is my life. And that's why I can get on here, be passionate, and teach you guys how attainable financial freedom is when you start a housing program, when you start a business that you're passionate about and that you really have a heart for. Success is inevitable. But if you ain't got a pure heart and you want to help people and you just after it for the money, it's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. Your heart got to be in the right place. And a lot of times I get on coaching calls with people, and then people like ask me questions in my DMs, and I could just tell they in it for the money, because you getting frustrated. You just started last month. You ain't built for this. You ain't built for success. You want overnight success, and you ain't trying to stay down for your come up. Most of them teaching the class bought it for her. I mean, hey, but a lot of y'all want overnight results, but you're not willing to put the work in to get to where I'm at. It takes time. And that's what I tell my students. It's okay if you're not moving as fast as I am. I didn't move as fast as I moved. I stayed with 2 houses, y'all. I stayed with one house for like a year, and I stayed for one house for like a year. Then I was pushed to take the leap because I had a death. and I lost a loved one, and I had no choice but to go all in on my business. It was either sink or swim, and I had to go all in. That's the only reason I opened up my second house, y'all. It wasn't just to chase money. It's because I had to make this work. I could not go back to working a 9 to 5. I was grieving. I couldn't even get out of bed, but I'd rather sit here and build a business that don't require me showing up online and social media, and that can pay me whether I go to the house or not. That's why I teach you guys this business. You can make money. You can set up a house one time, and that house can take care of you until you shut it down or until you cancel your lease. That's what I love about independent housing. Not only are we helping people, but guess what? We becoming financially free at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, y'all. So just make sure that when you get into this business, make sure your intentions are pure. And that's with any business, not just with independent housing. Even with me teaching you guys, my heart is pure. My intentions are pure. My passion is here. That's why I'm one of the top teachers in my field. And I didn't even mean for none of this to happen. This is God's plan. But that's what happened when you come into any industry and have a pure heart, have pure intentions. You automatically going to rise to the top. And that's not being cocky. That's confidence. If we being real. But that's what I want to get through your head. When you start your business, make sure your heart is pure. Make sure your intentions are pure, and God is going to lift you up regardless. I don't care how many housing providers is in your city. I don't care how many people is doing the same thing as you. When you moving with a certain intention, guess what? You're going to stand out every single time. Every single time. Y'all not hearing me though. I promise y'all not hearing me. Y'all is not hearing me, but sometimes I be having to go off on my tangents because somebody need to hear that. So yes, y'all, the money is good in this business, but don't just be in it for the money. Actually be in it to help people. And what I tell people is that this is so impactful because we are offering second chance housing. A lot of the people that I teach you guys to house and to go after, my students, these are people that a traditional landlord would never give the time of day. And that's why we are so needed, y'all. That's why housing programs are such in high demand, because a regular landlord would never rent to the people that we rent to. They would say, oh, no, you don't qualify to rent here. So where does that leave those people, y'all? Where does that leave those people? If these people cannot rent an apartment, if they can't rent a house, and they don't have any family, where does that leave them? I always tell my students, if it's not for housing programs like us, the people that we serve, the population that we house, they will either be in the streets, in a shelter, or in jail or in prison. There's really no in between, y'all. That's why we are so needed. That's why I come on here and teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities and your states. I'm only in Atlanta, y'all. I can't house everybody. I can only do what I can for my community. That's why I come on here and teach you how you can set these up and be the change in your cities and your states, provide second chance housing, because there's enough room for everybody to eat. And one person was like, I said, listen, y'all, don't fight over homeless people. It's enough homeless people all across this country. If you in the US, we are in a housing crisis. Everybody don't qualify to make 3 times the rent. Everybody don't qualify to rent a house because they have backgrounds. So let me tell you guys, the people that we house, y'all, they have backgrounds. So they on parole, probation. They don't qualify to rent traditionally. They are on a fixed income. So a lot of these people that we house, they only get one set amount a month, money every single month. So they can't just go and rent an apartment that's 3 times the rent. And then another thing, they got bad credit. So where does that leave them? So that's why housing programs like us exist, because we are a step up from the streets and we are a step up from the shelters, y'all. So that's why you are needed in your community. And that's just that on that. If y'all got it, got it in the chat, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going because we're going to talk some money talk. I'm going to teach you guys what's the income potential that one house can get you in this business. Because honestly, y'all don't understand how simple 10K months is. When you realize how simple it is to get to 10K months when you're providing safe housing, it's going to change your whole life. And while y'all trying to work all this overtime, you don't need to work all this overtime. You need to build a business. Hello? That's why I get on here to teach you guys how to build businesses. A 9 to 5 is not going to do nothing for you. A 9 to 5 is not going to give you the life of your dreams. I rent the property. I teach my people how to rent. You can rent or own in this business, y'all. You can rent or own in this business. There is no right or wrong way. Listen, you do what works for you, but you can do both. You can do both. Now, so back to the material. So I teach you guys to get paid by the bed. Now, you might be thinking, well, how much can I charge per bed in my area? So just to give you guys an example, so I'm in Metro Atlanta. My bed price is $750 a month. And I want everybody in this chat to drop their city or drop where they're located. And I'm going to tell you what my students are charging for your area. But me in Georgia, Metro Atlanta, I charge $750 a month per bed. So let me see who's in the chat. We got Milwaukee. What's Milwaukee? So for Florida, they charge you anywhere between $850 to $950 per bed. North Carolina, they charging between $650 to $750 per bed. Houston, about $750. Fitzgerald, probably like $600, $650. Hey, from Arizona. So somebody said, let me see if I see another city. So California is like $950 per bed, $1,000 per bed. So honestly, y'all, it just depends. I'm gonna just tell you guys the range. So I've seen people charge anywhere between $500 per bed up to $1,500 per bed. So honestly, it just depends. So what does it depend on? Number one, it depends on the cost of living in your area, and it also depends on the individual that you house, what they can afford. Now, let me break it down even more for y'all. So most of my people, and I tell you, I charge $750. However, I do have some people that pay me $1,000 per bed, and I do have some people that pay me $1,200 per bed. So, but everybody does not pay me $1,200 per bed. So I don't get on here telling y'all, oh, you can get $1,200 per bed. That's not realistic. That'll be capped. So if somebody telling you can get $1,500 per bed for veterans, the likelihood of you having that is not going to happen. So you can hang it up. And then for the $1,200 per bed for people coming home from prison, you can hang that up. It's not happening. So I like to keep it real with y'all. But typically, so for example, so for my people that pay $750, most of them, they only get $943 a month. So where in the world is a person that's getting $943 every single month? How can they afford to pay $1,000 per bed? How can they afford to pay $1,200 per bed? It's not going to make sense. So that's why I tell my students, you have to know your target person, what they can afford, and you have to charge a reasonable bed price, y'all. So you got to make it make sense. Stop being so greedy. Stop listening. So that's why I charge $750, because it's comfortable for my people and they still have some money left over even after they pay their housing. Now, you might be thinking, what's included in that bed price? So in the $750, in your bed price, it's just going to be for the space. So the living space is fully furnished, is the utilities are included, and it's a safe place. That's it. I'm not telling y'all to give these people meals. You do not have to give nobody no food. Drop no food in the chat. Drop no food in the chat. So y'all don't have to give these people 3 meals a day. So y'all need to knock it off. You don't have to give them 3 meals a day. They provide their own food, okay? These are grown, independent people. They know how to fend for themselves, and that's how you want it. If they can't go in that kitchen and make them a bowl of cereal or make them a cup of noodle, they don't need to be in your housing. They need to be at the nursing home. This ain't that. This ain't that. So this is not no nursing home. This ain't no group home, no personal care home. That's why I teach you guys how to run this business, how to be compliant, and how to make your money in peace. Half of y'all be doing the most, and that's why y'all be getting in situations, city come knocking at your door and you stuttering. And you stuttering because you ain't did the way I teach you. I teach you guys how to do it. That part. Just housing. But y'all still not going to listen. Y'all still going to go and give these people 3 meals a day. You going to sit here and give out medication. And then when the city come knocking at your door, you come stuttering. No. Listen. Follow the blueprint that I set out for y'all. I'm not successful for nothing, y'all. I've been doing this since 2021. I will never get on here and steer y'all wrong. I got to answer to God. What do I look like getting on here selling y'all some BS if I'm not living it in real life? The Crown Jewel said, I worked in the group homes for years and it got me nowhere, but made the owners rich. Listen. That's why I'm teaching y'all to build your own. Build your own. Any of you guys can set this up. I don't care who you are. I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. I have students that are felons. I have students that have no experience. I got students that got bad credit that's up and running, doing their biggest one. I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear no static from none of y'all why y'all can't start you a housing program. I'm giving you the blueprint right here. I am not no nurse. I'm not no CNA. When you stick to the blueprint that I lay out for y'all, the blueprint that I've been following since I've been started, you're gonna have success in this business. I don't want to hear no static. For real, for real. Like, y'all be playing too much. Y'all be playing, y'all don't want it bad enough. But I'm telling you, if you knew what you could do in this business and how you could change lives and make money, you're going to sit down and act like you got some sense. Because when I tell y'all this business really changed my life, I don't got to clock into no 9 to 5. I don't have to sit here and have no man sponsor my lifestyle. No, these houses fund me, for real, for real. Like, these houses take really good care of me. So that's why I be trying to teach my girlies, build your own soft life, create your own soft life. Yeah, it's a soft life, but guess what? We work hard over here. We work hard for this. So that's why I teach you guys, you can have financial freedom. You can build the life of your dreams, but you have to build a business. And the business that did it for me, y'all, was independent housing. So I'm trying to put you on to something new. We not starting up group homes no more. We not starting up personal care home no more. And we not starting up assisted livings, because half of you guys would never be in position to do that. That's why I get on these platforms and teach everyday people how they can become impactful earners, impactful CEOs. You ain't got to go through all this nonsense. You can actually live your dream. For y'all that's like, always want to own a group home, you might not ever own a group home, but you could start a housing program. And this is way better, way less red tape and way more peace of mind. Hello? Way better peace of mind. And you listen, I can't stress it enough, but I'm just here to give you guys the information with what, if you take with it, what you take with it, that's on you. But what was I talking about? We get paid by the bed, right? What was I saying? Okay, how much you charge per bed? So my bed price, guys, is $750 per bed, but I'm in Metro Atlanta, so your bed price, it might be similar, or it might be higher, it might be lower. It just depends on where you're located. But once you become a student of mine, I break down how to price your bed inside of my program. But let's do some crunching numbers, y'all. So for everybody that's in the chat, do they pay us or an agency? This is private pay. We get paid from the people we house. So you might be late to the chat. So you would have missed out the whole class already. But let's get into what the income potential is like in this business. Because yes, we are getting paid to house the homeless, but yeah, we getting paid. We're not doing this for free. This ain't charity. This ain't no nonprofit. This is a business. So the IHP class, my bundle is what you need. Uno, my bundle is what's going to get you right. Now, let's get into the money talk. Let's get into the cash talk. Let me pull up my calculator, because I'm going to show you guys what one of my houses do for me. My very first house that I have, that I still have to this day, I'm going to show you guys the numbers. So let me pull that up. Hold on. Let me get my calculator. Now, and typically when it comes to my students, I tell my students, you want to start with a 4-2. And a 4-2 is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. If you got it, got it in the chat. So I'm about to break it down for y'all. I want y'all to keep up with me. So a 4-2 is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. However, if you're in an area where the cost of living is higher, you might start out with a 3-1, which is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, or 3-2, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. But typically what I started out with was a 4-2, and I'm gonna tell you why. So in a 4-2, you should be able to get a minimum of 8 beds in that house. Because remember, guys, I teach you to get paid by the bed. So with a 4-2, you should get a minimum of 8 beds in that house. Now, for example, so let's say you started with a 3-2 or 3-1, you should have a minimum of 5 or 6 beds for it to make sense financially for y'all. So you don't want to just get a house and you can only put 3 beds. That's not going to be worth your time. We run in business at the end of the day, y'all. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. So that's why I teach you guys how to get paid. We getting paid on this channel. Yes, we helping people, but we getting paid for what we do. Now, I like 4-2s because a 4-2, you can get a minimum of 8 beds in that house. However, my very first house, I put 9 beds in it. But so you can get a minimum of 8 beds. You might be able to do more. It just depends on the house and how big everything is. But for the sake of the example, I'm gonna give you guys my house numbers and everything. So in my 4-2, I put 8 beds at $750. And remember, y'all, $750 is my shared bed price. So let's do some math. So 8 beds at 750. But before I get into that, I want everybody to drop their freedom number in the chat. If you could make a certain amount of money, a certain amount of money every single month, what would that be for you? Is that 5K a month? Drop it in the chat. I want y'all to manifest. I want you to speak that over yourself. Are you 6K a month? That's attainable. 10K months, period. What y'all want to make every single month? If you could have your way, how much would you be making every single month? 10K, 7K, 25K, 12K, period. 10K, 8K, 15 to 10 to 15K, period. Y'all 35K. All right. Those are some good numbers. We got 10K, 15K. What else? What else? Okay, y'all doing y'all big one. 30K, 20 to 50K. That's not bad. Y'all, that's light work. Cassandra said 100K. I'm cracking up. Cassandra, what? She said she reaching for the stars. I know that's right. You better go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you. Listen, I dream big too. I'm not mad at it. 40K, 10K, period. So all the numbers that you guys put in this chat, it's attainable for you. But when it comes to getting paid in housing, you just need to calculate how many beds it's going to take for you to get there. Now, for example, for those that said they want to make 10K months, I'm going to give you guys a live example of how many beds you need to get to 10K months. Because at the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. So you just have to figure out what your freedom number is and how many beds it's going to take for you to get to your freedom number. Now, my very first house. So let's go back to what my first house is bringing me in. Let's go back to what my first house is bringing me in. So my very first house, I have 9 beds in that house. However, out of all 9 of those beds, I have 8 beds. So, all right, y'all. So if you just joined it, let me bring it back. Now, if you starting out this business, if you starting out your housing program, I recommend a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom because you can put a minimum of 8 beds in that house. So I want everybody to drop 8s in the chat. So drop 8s in the chat. So if you're starting with a 4-2, you need to have a minimum of 8 beds in that house for it to make sense for you financially. If you can't get a minimum of 8 beds and that rent is like $1,800, you could throw the whole house away. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because we in the business to make money at the end of the day. So if it's not making you money, it's not making sense. So if you start out with a 4-2, you need to have a minimum of 8 beds in that house. However, for my 4-2 house, my very first house, I was able to put 9 beds in that house. Now, I had 8 beds at $750 a month, right? Because $750 is my bed price. Now, let's do some math. So that the one house with just 8 of my beds, I get $6K every single month from that one house. However, I do have one other bed that I converted into a private room. And even though I told you I don't really care for private rooms, sometimes the room might be way too small to put 2 beds. So at the end of the day, you might have to do what you got to do. But I'm just telling y'all, don't pack your house out with them private rooms. So it's okay to have a private room every now and then. It is what it is. But for that private room in this house, I charge $1,000. So let's add that to the equation. So this one house, y'all, is bringing me in 7K every single month. Every single month since I started in 2021, I've been getting 7K every single month, like clockwork, from this house that I do not own. I want y'all to drop 7K in the chat. I want y'all to drop 7K in the chat. How did you get the price per bed? That's what I charge in my area. You got to know what you're going to charge for your area. Everybody drop 7K. So for y'all that was in my chat saying that you want to make 5K, 3K, listen, all you need is one house if we being real. All you need is one house. YouTube, make sure you guys give the live stream a thumbs up. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love my YouTube family. But yes, so yeah, y'all, 7K from this one house. And guess what? I ain't got to sling an Amazon package for this 7K. I don't got to break my back doing DoorDash and Uber Eats all day. I don't got to stand on my feet as no cashier all day. I don't got to sit here and what else? What else y'all be doing? I don't got to go because I'm talking about myself, y'all. I used to work in a warehouse, so I know all these examples. I ain't got to do Instacart all day no more. And listen, this is effortless money that's coming in every single month like clockwork off of one house. I set this house up one time and sit at a desk and listen to miserable coworkers gossip. I've been there too. Listen, I hated that job so bad. Them old ladies got on my nerves. Gossiping and wanting to be in your business. You ain't got to deal with that toxic work environments. And this is just me setting up the house one time, y'all. Fully furnishing the house, getting my beds, getting my 9 beds filled, keeping the 9 beds filled, and making sure my people are happy, and just collecting this money every single month like clockwork on autopilot. Simple as that, y'all. This is why I teach y'all. One house can change your entire life if we being real. Uno said, you ain't lying. Listen, I've been there. That's how I can know. That's how I can relate. Listen, standing around on your feet, working overnight shifts as a overworked nurse. You ain't gotta work doubles for this 7K. This is just one house coming in like clockwork, setting it up one time setting it up one time. So I'm about to go down on the rent and the utilities so you guys can know what you'll be walking away with. But even then, a lot of y'all not making this at y'all 9 to 5 if we being real. So y'all is not making this at y'all 9 to 5. So let's keep it cute. Let's keep it cute. 7K is still good, even if it is gross. Even if it is gross. But when I start showing you guys the net profit, it's still good money. Now, for this house, y'all, my rent for this house, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. My rent is only $18.50. Now, for y'all that's thinking, well, how much I need to get started in this business? It just depends on the rent in your area. So for this house, I only needed $3,700 to get started. So my rent was $18.50. My first month deposit was $18.50. So I only needed $3,700 to get into this house. And where did I get that money from? That money came from my Airbnb business. So I used to do Airbnb before I did this. So I just took the money that I made from my Airbnb business and I invested it into this business here to get my first house. So that's where I got the money from. For those that's asking how we get money, how we get funded. When I tell y'all, it's nothing to scrape up $3,700. If you want it bad enough, you can get on this internet, sell a digital product, and make that in a week. If we being real. So clearly, y'all don't want it bad enough. But when you are after financial freedom and you really want to change your situation, you're going to do what you got to do. Even if that means you going out there and door dashing for 2 weeks or a month to get your money up for your house, do what you got to do. Because guess what, y'all? This runs on autopilot. One house. Let's clock that T. Hello? Hello? This is just one house. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so let's take out rent. So my rent for this house, y'all, is only $18.50. So let's take out the rent. So $18.50. Now we're left with $5,150. And that's still good money, y'all. That's still good money. And I know y'all like, oh, what about utilities? Whatever. But when it comes to utilities, I tell my students to budget anywhere between $500 to $800 in utilities. However, for this house here that I have, my utilities never run over 500. It never runs over $400. So it'd be like at 450. It'd be like in the little 4 mark. However, for the sake of the example, I'm just going to subtract the 500 so you guys can see what you can take home after you pay your bills. And what's included in the bills, y'all? Everything that you'll use for your house, Wi-Fi, whatever, insurance, whatever the case may be, all of that is included in that budget for utilities. Now, let's take out the utilities. And guess what? This is all profit, $4,650. You could clock that T. Half of y'all still not. And for y'all that's making this, guess what? You got to work 80 hours. You got to work all these crazy hours. This is some of y'all monthly salary, but this is you making this off of one house without having to break a sweat. And that's what we talking about, financial freedom. Hello. We talking about effortless money. We talking soft life living. You ain't got to slave for this. This is you setting up a house one time, getting it filled with the right people, and making your money in peace and impacting your community. $4,650. If you guys could use an extra 4K a month, drop a 1 in the chat. If you could use an extra 4K, honestly, y'all, I had one lady come on my live stream. She said, only thing I want to do is be able to pay my mortgage. And honestly, some of y'all only need one house to do what you got to do. Some of y'all don't have to have 6 houses like me. So that's why I tell you guys, for the ones that was in the chat saying they want to make 5K a month, 10K a month, you just have to find out what beds are going to give you your freedom number. And you have to work until you get to that number. Me personally, y'all, I'm stopping at 6 houses. I'm good with my 6 houses and my 49 beds because I'm a businesswoman in real life. I have other businesses that I'm building and that's working for me. So I'm comfortable with 6 houses, but the beauty of this business, y'all, you can take it as far as you want to take it. And guess what? If you say I want to have 8 houses, ain't nobody gonna come clock your tea. Can't nobody clock my tea. If I say I want to open up 10 houses and get 100 beds, who gonna stop me? Nobody. Can't nobody clock my tea. The city can't clock my tea. The city came out to one of my houses one time, y'all, and guess what? They said, this is a nice house, and they went on their way. They couldn't say nothing to me. That's why I teach my students how to get into this the right way and do their biggest one. Hello? Hello? That's why you need to learn from the queen. That's why you need to learn, because I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling you guys what I live in real life. This is a business that has really changed my life. How much goes to the property owner? $1,850, their rent. The rent that they asked me is $1,850. So I just pay their rent. They don't got nothing. Listen, this is my business. Ain't nobody dipping their hand into my pot. I'm paying them their rent. Congratulations on your jet. Thank you. Thank you, Four Seasons. Now, that's what we talking about, y'all. Real freedom. Type freedom in the chat. If you could use an extra 4K on autopilot, type freedom in the chat. This is what I teach you guys. You do not have to burn yourself down to the ground to live the life of your dreams. You just have to build something that can take care of itself and take care of you at the same time, that don't require you to go crazy and burn yourself out. That's what I love about housing programs, y'all. That's what I love about what I do, because not only am I helping people, I'm impacting my community, but I'm becoming financially free. And I don't got to sit here and wear myself out. This is a real business that is running on autopilot for me, if we being real. And honestly, I like to check in on my houses maybe once a week or once every other week. But when you in a position where you can hire somebody part-time, some of my houses ain't seen me in about 3 months, y'all. And that's just how it is. And it is what it is. Like, I got a life that you don't have to be at your houses every single day. When you structure your housing program the way I teach that you guys to do it, you can do it. You can do that. When I tell you, I be getting on planes, I live my life. Listen, them houses don't barely see me, but guess what? I see them every single day because I got my stuff in place. If I want to tap in and see what they're doing, I can. But for the ones that said they want to reach 10K months, let me show you guys how you can get to 10K months in this business. Now, remember, I teach you guys to get paid by the bed, right? Now, let's say we got 16 beds at 750. 16 beds at 750. Now, that's 12K a month, y'all. 16 beds, 16 beds, y'all. That's only 2 houses. And 2 houses is very manageable. For the ones that's just joining, 16 beds, that's 8 beds per house. So 8 to 9 beds per house. But for you guys, if you just want to do 16 beds, guess what? That's 12K a month that's coming in for you like clockwork. All for you just setting up your house one time and letting that house work for you. You keeping everything compliant. You making sure they doing what they got to do. And listen, I love it here. I love it here. So that's why I teach you guys. Financial freedom is attainable for you. 10K months should be a new normal. And if you want to get to 10K months, your goal should be 2 houses. 2 houses. 2 houses minimum. So that's what the difference is. So if you in this chat and you thinking, well, how can I get started in this business? How can I learn your blueprint? How can I join your community and get started with this in any city, in any state? Drop student in the chat and I might open up some spots for students in this live stream. So drop student and let me see if y'all even want anything to do with it. Because if not, then I can leave. But if we got some serious action takers, some people that really want to change their life, some people that really want to impact their community and become financially free at the same time, drop student in the chat. Period, period, period. So we got a lot of people dropping student. I know that's right. Let me see. Are they talking to me on FB? Trophy. And I got some of my trophies in the chat. So listen to this, y'all. Once you become a student of mine, you get ongoing access to me inside of our exclusive community. I am not easily accessible. I don't let people burn me out for free. Somebody came on this platform and say, why don't you give out this information for free? Because y'all not about to get up in here and play in my face. It'd be enough people playing in my DMs. I don't have time for that. Imagine if I'm sitting here doing everything for free, y'all would run all over me. I'm not doing that. The ones that get it and the ones that's serious is going to invest in themselves and take themselves to the next level. I did not get this information for free, y'all. I had to invest in myself. I had to invest in myself and do the work. I didn't expect nobody that was successful to give me the game for free. I didn't expect nobody to pour into me for free. I don't mind paying for access to people. I don't mind. That's why I'm so successful. Money is a tool. Y'all be sitting here so stingy with the money, and you spend your money on BS every day, ordering Uber Eats, ordering DoorDash, and then you wondering why you can't see your money because you eating it up every day. You put that money into a business, you invest that money into something that can change your life. That's what you need to be doing. Put the Uber Eats down. Hello? Put the Uber Eats down, but you're going to sit here when somebody trying to teach you how to start a business, how to become financially free, you want it for free. Get out of my face with that, for real, for real. So, for the ones that's serious, the ones that's ready to take themselves to the next level, for the ones that's ready to create an impact and an income for themselves, y'all, this business, independent housing, is what did it for me. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why I get on here and I advocate and tell people. Shout out to Uno, period. Thank you for the $50 donation. Shout out to my YouTube community. I'm still new on the YouTube platform, but shout out to y'all for rocking with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that donation. $50 on the YouTube. I think that's my highest gift I ever got on YouTube. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. But this is the business model that has made me financially free, y'all. So that's why I'm so passionate about getting on here and letting people know how financial freedom can be attainable for you, but you have to build a business. And the business that did it for me is independent housing. I have so many students that are single mothers that have houses up and running. They don't have to work a 9 to 5. One of my top students, y'all, her name is Majesty. Majesty is in Arizona. Majesty is a single mother. The same way you guys are watching me on this live stream, Majesty was out doing DoorDash and Uber Eats while she was watching me. And guess what? She invested in herself using Klarna and Afterpay. And now Majesty got 3 houses. She said she ain't got a DoorDash no more. She ain't got a Uber Eats no more. And things like that, y'all, that really moved me in a different way because when I tell y'all it's bigger than me, I'm really trying to put people in position to win because it's a lot of people overcharging for this information. And I made this knowledge so attainable for a lot of y'all. And I believe everybody deserves to live a life of freedom. I believe everybody deserves to create the life of their dreams, but you have to do it through a business. That's why I don't mind discounting and making my stuff accessible for the everyday person because I really want to see people win. When I tell y'all my heart is really in it, is really in it. So that's why when I see my students and my mentees popping out with their success, it really be making me emotional for real, for real. That's how y'all know I'm passionate and I love what I do because it's bigger than money. Yes, you're going to pay me for my knowledge and I love that, but it moves me when I know that I changed somebody's life for the better. And that's how it is in housing, y'all. When you're starting up these independent housing programs, yes, the money is good, but when these people come in to see your programs and they saying, wow, you changed my life. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. Nobody ever gave me a chance. These people are so appreciative and it'll move you in a whole nother way. So that's why I tell people my mission on this earth is to create more impactful earners, more impactful CEOs, because when I tell y'all money and wealth in the right hands can do some amazing things for this world. And that's why I'm so passionate. That's why my heart is so pure. That's why I'm so successful because honestly, y'all, there's a lot of people in this world that's gotten money and all they do is flex on people. They're not showing you how to get it. They just trying to stun on you. But me, I want people to live a life of freedom. I want people to have options. I want people where if you don't want to clock into that 9 to 5, guess what? You don't have to. If you want to take your children on a trip and go somewhere and you can afford to do that, that's what it's about. That's why I get on these platforms every day and teach y'all. That's why I teach you guys what's possible for you because I am not nobody spectacular. I am just a risk taker that bet on myself and I put the work in. That's why I have the success that I have, y'all. So if you want to join the winning team, if you want to learn from the queen how you can start your very own housing program in any city, in any state, you need to tap in with the queen. Because when I tell y'all my student success level is next level. Ain't no other teacher on these internets having the success that my students is having except up the score. That's my business partner. He doing his big. We two of the realest in the field. You cannot lose learning from either me or him, and that's just that on that. But yes, so all of my students is really to their next level. They got 2, 3, 4 houses open, and that's what I love to see. And I tell y'all, success leave clues. Crown Jewel said, I just purchased. Crown Jewel, if I see the duplicate, I'm gonna send it, I'm gonna refund it. So just email me. Just email me. But for the ones that's in the chat currently, let me see. For the ones that want to become a student. So if you are in this chat, my program is currently on sale. Now, I highly recommend for if you want to learn this business model, my blueprint, my bundle is going to walk you from A to Z. And my bundle is not an ebook, y'all. It's a video. The video is almost 3 hours long. You can take your time with it. You have access to it for life. You can watch it at your own pace. And then also with the class bundle, it comes with the forms that you need to run your housing program successfully. No license is needed. Nah, you must be late. I already talked about that. But no, this is a business that anybody can start in any city, in any state, with no license needed, no zoning, no certification. Shantella said the bundle is legit. Talk to us, Shantella. So here's what I'm gonna do. Listen, y'all, my bundle is typically $600. So I'm going to keep it discounted currently while I'm on this live stream. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to become a student, how to join the winning team, so you can learn how to start your own housing program in any city, in any state. Every single question that y'all asking me inside this live stream, when I tell y'all I break it down for y'all inside the bundle, step by step, I'm so for real. I don't have time to play in nobody's face. I'm not about to get on here and sell y'all no BS ebook. This is real motion being had, real lives being changed. My students is really having success. This ain't no ebook. This is a real life-changing program. It's a bundle with forms, and it's a video that's almost 3 hours long, a masterclass. So you might want to tap in with the queen, because at the end of this month, guess what? My price is going up to $800. I'm not playing with y'all, because too many people played around while my students is getting up in this business. They having 2-3 houses. They having success. They starting up. They doing their content. They doing their biggest one. They changing lives. They walking off their jobs. So I'm not about to sit here and overly convince nobody. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to become a student. Once you become a student, you get ongoing mentorship inside of our exclusive FB community. So I'm going to show you guys how to get it. And once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you how to get the free coaching that comes with your bundle. Now, if you're on TikTok, Lanita says, sorry, I'm already a student, period. Lanita, shout out to you. So if you are on TikTok, what you're going to do, and yeah, and if you forget something, you can go back forth and watch the video. That part, she travels. You got access to that video for life, y'all. You have access to the material for life. It never expires. So on TikTok, so I'm going to set my timer after I show you guys what you're going to do. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. Y'all got 5 minutes to go get y'all bundles. So you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on my profile picture, another box is going to pop up. Click the picture again on here. And then, y'all, we have Klarna and Afterpay. I highly recommend y'all to do Klarna and Afterpay. It's going to break it down into installments for you. And then once you do the payment plan, you can, I think it's like $80 today or something. So once you click on my profile, you're going to go here on my page. So once you go to my profile, you're going to click where it says Stand Store, and it's the very first one. Get my bundle. It's on sale for $325. It's originally $6, y'all. Is currently on sale only while I'm on this live stream. And if you want to do Klarna and Afterpay, you're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to click on the K. So once you click on that, you can sign up for Klarna or Afterpay. On YouTube, what you're going to do is in the drop down of this live stream. So you're going to click on the drop down and click on Enroll to become a student. And that's how you get your bundle. And listen, y'all, make sure you guys put your email in correctly. Once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to get the ongoing coaching that comes with your purchase. So come back and say, got it, so I can shout you out and show you how to get it. On FB, it should be pinned inside of this stream. So it should be a link in here. And also for you guys, I'm going to be in Florida this Saturday. So I don't know if I have anybody in Florida. Sakaya said I bought the bundle 2 weeks ago. I'm going to show you. Give me 1 second. So also, guys, I'm going to be in Florida this Saturday. We still got a few tickets left. It's about to be a sold-out event. Then we got like 3 or 4 tickets left. So make sure if you're in Florida, we're going to be in Tampa, March 28th, me and Up to Score, teaching you guys how to build housing programs on the water. Is going to be a vibe. So we're going to be putting all the information that I teach you guys inside a bundle. We're going to put it into play in real life. And then we're going to have other speakers there that's teaching you how to make more money from your houses outside of just housing only. So for the ones that's in the chat, once you get your bundle, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the free coaching community that comes with your purchase. So for the ones that's just joining, if you want to learn how to start your own housing program from A to Z, my bundle is currently on sale and it's going to walk you step by step. So once you get the bundle, you become a student for life. So I tell people, once you're a student of mine, we locked in for life and you have access to me. and my business partner Up the Score inside of our exclusive FB community, where you can get your questions answered. You can attend the free monthly meetings that we host for our community. So you guys can come on there and get all your questions answered. Like, we don't beat around the bush. We keep it all the way real for y'all. So we really been in this business since like 2021. So it's like you're learning from real experts, for real, for real. What if credit bad to rent? You don't need credit. You don't need credit for this. Listen, y'all, you don't need no credit for this, no license, no zoning, no certification. That's why I tell you guys, invest in that bundle. I walk you step by step. Step by step. Lovely said, got it. Shout out to Lovely doing her biggest one. Doing her biggest one. So for the ones that's investing in their bundles, shout out to you guys for doing y'all biggest one. It's up for you. Listen, all my students win in real life, and it's forever up for them. So let me show you how to get to the ongoing coaching. Let me show you how to get to the ongoing coaching that comes with your purchase. So let me see. Hold on one second. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to FB and you're going to type in independent housing community. This is what it looks like. This is what the icon, and the only way to join this, you have to invest in yourself and become a student. This is not a free situation. And make sure you put the email you purchased with to be approved. So for the lady in here that said she didn't know about the FB community, this is it right here. So go on FB, type this in. Nikki said, got a shout out to Nikki for doing her biggest one. Listen, y'all, the bundle is currently on sale. You might want to take action because at the end of this, it's going right back up. It's going right back up. Coco said, what do we call it if not a boarding house? Coco, you must be late. We already went through class, so you got to catch me the next live stream. We call it housing program, so you late to the chat. But if you really want to know, you're going to invest in yourself and become a student and join the winning team because it's up for me and my trophies. Like, we really winning in real life. All my students is having big motion. They got 2, 3, 4 houses. Who this? Who this? We got people that got big motion, real houses up in here. Our students really having receipts, y'all. They having big motion. I don't know if that's clear, but listen, that's why you need to join the winning team. Learn from the queen. Learn from the queen. So yes, I don't know if you being funny, but I don't know. I don't got time for the games. I'm gonna just block you. But yeah, but shout out to all my trophies doing their biggest one, doing their biggest one. So everything that you guys need to know is in that bundle. Is gonna walk you step by step. Is there anybody else in the chat that want to become a student and join the winning team and that need me to show them how? Drop me in the chat because I'm about to head out. Now it's time. So my programs is currently discounted. If you want me to show you how to join the winning team, how to learn how to start your housing program and become my student, drop me in the chat and I'm going to show you guys how to become a student. But if nobody else wants it, I'm going to head out. Jab said me, period. So for my TikTok community to join my community and become a student and learn how to start your own housing program in any city, in any state, my bundle is going to walk you step by step. And I highly recommend you guys use Klarna or Afterpay because it's going to break it down in the payment plans for you. But what you're going to do, I'm going to show you, Dawson. What you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. She told y'all she don't do the internet. Y'all be playing. I promise you, they play too much. And you're going to get blocked up in this chat. I don't play that. You're going to click on my profile right up here. Once you click on my profile, and it's going to pop up again. Click on my face again. Once you do that, and then it's going to take you to my page. This is what it's going to look like. Once it takes you to my page, it's going to look like this. You're going to click where it says Stand Store. And once you click on Stand Store, this is my LINK. So you're going to click on Get My Bundle. It's currently on sale. Currently on sale. And if you use Klarna or Afterpay, it should be like $80. It should be like $80. And let me show you guys how to use Klarna and Afterpay. So when you scroll all the way down, Nikki said, do you need insurance? Yes, Nikki, we talk about that in your bundle and in the community if you're a student. So make sure you join the community. I'm going to show you in a minute. So this is how you guys use Klarna and Afterpay. And this is going to break your payments down. And make sure you guys are putting, Chanel said, I'm purchasing, hold on to. Okay, I'm going to hold on. So make sure you guys are putting the right email address so it can come to you. If you have any trouble with your download, send me an email or send me a DM. Brittany said me. So Brittany, to become a student, it should be a link in this chat. If there's not a link in this chat, let me show you how to. You're going to go to my profile on FB. And hold on, y'all. So shout out to everybody that's getting their bundles. I'm going to show you guys how to join the ongoing coaching. Do not leave. Sit tight. So when you get it, come back and say, got it, so I can show you guys. So Brittany, you're going to go to my profile and click on this LINK right here. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to my Stand Store. and it's gonna open up. And when you get to my stand store, it's gonna say, "Get my bundle." It's the very first one. It's currently on sale. I just purchased. Will it come to my email? Shout out to you. Yes, everything is automated, y'all. It'll come straight to your email. If you don't get your bundle, be sure to check your spam or promotions folder. Good night. Thank you for this. Thank you for tuning in, Lovely. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Lovely, did you join the community? So let me show all my trophies, all my action takers, how to get the ongoing coaching on your journey. Because listen, y'all, that community is going to take you to the next level. Yes, the bundle is good, but for y'all to be one to ask ongoing questions, you ask the ongoing questions inside the community. It's free. And then we have free monthly meetups where you can come on the call, where we get on the video call and you can ask your questions and get the support you need on your journey. So Katrina said, "Me, I'm gonna YouTube." So, oh wait. So for YouTube, if you want to become a student, you just hit the drop down and hit the get enroll to become a student and get my bundle. That's how you become a student, and that's how you learn my method step by step. And if you want to join the winning team, if you want to have access to me, you have to become a student. I don't let people get next to me. My energy is very exclusive, and I don't let people wear me out for free. So that's why when that man came on here asking why I don't teach for free, that's why I look the way I do. I don't let nobody stress me out. I live a soft life because I have boundaries. And that's what a lot of y'all need to take note. Create boundaries in your life. Don't let nobody walk all over you. I don't play those type of games. You can call it mean, what you want it, but guess what? I get respected. And I don't want to be liked. I want to be respected and I want to change lives. That's what I'm sent here to do. I'm not sent here to be liked. People that's liked, they not having no impact for real. The people that's having real impact is the one that changes lives, is the one that changes people's trajectory of their lives. I'm really putting people in financial freedom. I'm really creating six-figure earners through housing. I don't have time to be liked. The mission is bigger than me at this point. The mission is bigger than being liked. I'm okay with being the villain. You can make me the villain. It's okay. Because I'm really changing lives because this is what God called me to do. So that's just that on that. But yeah, I had to clock that T. I had to clock that T because you can never clock my T. So for all my trophies, shout out to you guys. So Tasia said, "Do you need a code?" No code needed to become a student. So somebody in the chat dropped no code needed. It's currently discounted. Make sure you guys use Klarna and Afterpay. And when you come back, say got it. So I can show you guys how to join the exclusive community and get ongoing support. Now, let me show you how to join the community. Only people that get access to me and my community is my students. So if you're not investing in yourself, you could beat it. But yo, I cracked myself up. But for all my action takers, all my trophies, shout out to you guys. It's to the top for us. This is what you get access to once you become a student. It's called the Independent Housing Community. Make sure you guys put your email in the question box. That's what's gonna get your approval accepted because you have to invest in yourself to get close to me. I don't do nothing for free. The only thing I do for free is these live streams. But yeah, don't mind me, y'all. I'm so goofy in real life. But so this is the community that you guys get access to. This is on FB. So thank you, Felicia. No code needed. So make sure you this once you get your bundle, go to FB, type this in the search bar. That's okay. You don't got to get it. Type it in the search bar and put your email, and then I'm going to approve you guys as soon as I get off of here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So, yes. But that's how you guys, this is where you're going to get your questions answered on your journey. This is how you're going to attend the free monthly meetups. This is where all the magic happens, y'all, inside the community. And I always tell my students, do not suffer in silence, y'all. Yes, the bundle is going to take you from A to Z, but there's still power in community. You cannot do life alone. You cannot build a business by yourself. This is where you're going to find your business besties. We have students from all across the US and every single state. So you don't have to build your business alone. You can find you a business bestie and run with them and start your housing program together. Well, not together, but alongside of each other, because y'all, there's power in community. Even when days when I feel like I'm going through and I'm ready to throw in the towel, guess what? I call my business bestie. She speak life into me. I speak life into her. That's the type of people that you need to get next to. Not you just get a live stream free. Listen, y'all, this is the free masterclass. Y'all know people be trying to get y'all into the free classes. I do have IG. It's the same name. So the same way them people be having y'all, this is your free masterclass. So just inbox me your email and I'm gonna check into it. So if you don't spell your email right, and sometimes y'all, Make sure you check your spam and make sure you check your promotions folder because sometimes it goes to your junk folder. But type in STAN in your email, it'll be coming from Stan. So make sure you check that. And if you still don't receive it, either inbox me your email and then I'll look into it and I'll resend it to you. But all your emails will come straight to all your documents and your bundle will come straight to your email. It's completely automated. I don't play that scamming stuff over here. Listen, I don't got time for that. I answer to God. I don't got time to play those internet games. And my face card, I be on live every single day, y'all. I'm not about to get on here and play in nobody's face and scam nobody because y'all could blast me. And listen, I don't got time for that. So listen, it's up over here. Me and mine, we run it in real life. My students is winning. I'm winning. That's why I tell you, you connect with a winner, you're gonna win by default. So get next to the right person. When is the monthly meeting? Okay, so let me show you guys how to access the monthly meetings once you get into the community. Yeah, Felicia, people will waste your time and drain your energy when you give free stuff. That part. That's why I come on here for free. This is the free masterclass, y'all. You know how people be telling you join my free class? This is the free class, y'all. Like, be for real. So yeah, so once you guys join the community, you're gonna click where it says events tab. Let me show you. See where it says events? You're going to click in events. And this is how you see where the next meeting is. Our next meeting is April the 14th on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So for all my students that's inside the FB community, our next monthly meetup is April the 14th at 8 p.m. So make sure you mark yourself as going. So when you get inside the community, hit that events tab at the top and mark yourself as going so it can send you a reminder. This is where you're going to join the call and ask your questions. You could even ask your questions on the wall too. We answer that as well. But if you want to like speak and come off mic and talk to me, talk to Up the Score, Jay Rich, you can do that at the monthly calls. But it's and I'll say you suit me like I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up. But I'm about to go. Is there anybody else that want to become a student that didn't become a student that need me to wait on them? Say me. If you need me to show you how to become a student and then join the winning team, drop me in the chat. Drop me in the chat because we had fun tonight. But y'all know I'm an introvert in real life, so I gotta go recharge. I gotta go recharge and get my energy back because y'all didn't drain my energy for real, for real. Hey, you went up the score. Yes, we partnered together. So yes. Okay, period. So for my TikTok community, what you guys are going to do to become a student and invest in my bundle is going to walk you step by step. And it's a video and it's the forms. Everything you need to be successful in this business is in that bundle. My students that have 2, 3, 4 homes, they got the bundle. So you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on that, my profile should pop up again right here. Click on my picture again. When you click on that, let me pull it up. It's going to take you to my TikTok page. And once you get to my TikTok page, this is the LINK. It says Stan Store. Click on that. Wait. Click where it says Stan right here underneath my email. And then once you do that, it says get my bundle. It's currently on sale. When I get off of here, it's going back up. So it's currently on sale for $325. And then guys, if you want to use Klarna or Afterpay, which is going to break it down into a payment plan for you, you definitely can. So you're going to go at checkout, scroll all the way down and hit where it says K. And that's where you can use your payment plan. I love Jay Rich's content too, period. Listen, y'all, we keep it real for y'all. We do not come on this internet trying to be somebody that we not. And that's why I am so successful. I can only be myself. I could, whether you like it, and I know everybody not going to like my delivery, and that's okay. I'm not sitting here for you. I'm sitting here for a certain demographic of people and to change their lives. So if I'm not sitting here to change your life, that's okay. You go find you a coach or a mentor that resonate with you. I don't need to be liked by everybody. I only need to be liked by the people that I'm sitting here for. And the girls that get it, and the ones that don't. And that's just that on that. So this is how you become a student. You get the Klarna or Afterpay. And then once you become a student, got it in the chat. And I'm going to show you guys how to join our community, our exclusive community, because y'all know I'm very exclusive. I'm not too mixy with everybody. I don't do all the industry stuff like I'm not going to say that. Samantha said just purchase. Shout out to Samantha. Listen, I know a lot of people like, oh, she always talking junk. Listen, y'all, I'm from New Jersey. I like to talk junk. I'm very competitive by nature. It's not nothing personal. I love to be the best. I compete against myself. So if I'm not the best, if I'm not outworking people, I'm not being myself. I love being the best. Listen, y'all, we have Kobe and LeBron for a reason. You find who resonate with you and you run with your mentor. I'm the mentor for the winners. I don't know about nobody else, but I can only be myself, and I'm very competitive, and I love that about me. And I think that's why I'm so successful, because I don't know. I just like outdoing myself. I like being the best at anything that I do. And that's why I'm so successful. So let that be a lesson to you guys, to be the best at anything you do. That's how you stand out in a saturated industry. Don't never let nobody tell you that a market is too saturated. You come in, you be yourself, you set the tone, and watch people follow you. That's how it go. That's how it go. That's the key to success. That's the key to stand out in any business. You show up as your authentic self, and your audience, your community, they're going to resonate with you. So everybody's not meant to resonate with you, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not sitting here for them, and that's okay. I'm sitting here for the winners. I'm sitting here for the trophies. I'm sitting here for the people that want more out of life. I'm sitting here for the people that know that they was made for more and not a 9 to 5. I'm sitting here for the people that want to live life more abundantly and not just get by. That's what the difference is. So it's okay if I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I don't want to be everybody's cup of tea. But shout out to all my action takers that just invested in themselves. Y'all did your biggest one. It's to the top for you, because guess what? You connected to a winner. You cannot lose. As long as you keep a good mindset, don't give up. Listen, y'all, you have to build your business. Success is not overnight. Stay down for your come up. Stay plugged into the community. Attend the free monthly meetups, y'all. That's what's going to help you on your journey. And I be telling my students inside the community, they be in my inbox, oh, I'm having trouble with this. I said, did you attend a monthly meetup? No. Well, that's why we offer these free meetups to pour into y'all, and y'all don't even show up. So what are we talking about? I can't want success more than you. I can't want your success more than you want your success. I am a no nonsense coach. That's why I get results for my students. I'm not going to baby you. I'm not going to coddle you. You want results, you have to put in the work. I'm not about to sit here and do all of that. No. You want results, you want to be a winner, do what it takes. Show up for yourself. We host these free community events inside for our students. So show up if you need help. But don't say that the information don't work. Don't say that the material don't work and you don't show up to the events. They're free. Whether you come to Florida or not, we still host those monthly virtual meetups for everybody. So there's no excuse for none of my students to not win. It's just you don't want it bad enough. You don't want it bad enough, and you're not serious. You playing around. But we give you guys more than enough resources to succeed. Ain't no other coach doing that for y'all. And that's just that on that. And we can clock that T. Y'all, I'm goofy. Don't mind me. Anyway, so let me show all my students how to join the FB community. What you're going to do, this is it right here, Independent Housing Community. Lane, I just got off the highway. It's currently on right now. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So once I get off, it's going up. So this is a community that you guys get access to. And then make sure you put the email you purchased with to be approved. This is it right here, y'all. It's only one independent housing community. This is the best group on FB. Nobody giving it up to like us. Nobody having success the way our students is having motion and success. So can we still provide wraparound? Yes, you can. You can. We're going to be talking about that in Florida. We're going to be talking about wraparound services in Tampa, but yes, you can. But remember, y'all, just watch the bundle. If you're a student of mine, I break down how to set up your housing in the bundle. It's going to make all the sense, y'all. You can provide wraparound, but you gotta watch the bundle. You gotta become a student. Unfolded said, got it. Let's go. Pedro, what's not opening? So let me show TikTok one more time. So what you guys are gonna do, you're gonna go to my profile picture right up here. My picture is gonna come again. Click my face again. It's gonna take you to my page. You see where it says stand right here? Click that. It'll open right up. Go to get my bundle. It's currently on sale. When I get off here, y'all, it's going back up. So you're clicking that. If it don't work, maybe open it in another browser. But people are getting it. Somebody just got it. So I don't know. But yeah, shout out to all my trophies. Shout out to my community. I love y'all down. Shout out to my YouTube family. Shout out to my TikTok family for y'all doing y'all biggest one, joining the winning team. It's forever up for us. Listen, you cannot lose when you attach to a winner, but make sure you stay plugged into the community, y'all. That community is next level. Next level. Honestly. And another thing, don't compare your success. Don't compare your journey to nobody. Run your own race. Don't compare yourself to my journey, y'all. I've been doing this since 2021. So it's okay. You're not going to come out the gate with 30 houses. Like, it's okay. Y'all got to relax. I even be telling my students, listen, just relax. You building a business. You're building your business is a baby. Y'all be wanting the baby to walk by next week. That's not listen, this ain't that. You gotta put your work in. It's like planting the seed. You're not gonna eat from that seed tomorrow. Keep putting in your work. Even with me getting on these platforms, y'all, I show up every single day. You might not become a student today, but guess what? I'm planting the seed. You might become a student tomorrow. You might become a student next week. It's the same thing with building your business, y'all. You have to plant the seeds. You have to show up every single day for your business. Like somebody just said, Let's Eat said, I get paid in 2 weeks. I will definitely get the bundle as soon as my money hits. See, just because you're busy, you don't eat from that plant today, it don't mean you're not going to eat from it next month. It's people that watch me for a whole year and then they finally decide to take that leap. Same thing with your housing program. Same thing with any business that you're building, y'all. The principles that I teach my students, the principles that I teach you guys, it can be applied to business. I'm a businesswoman first. I'm a baddie immediately after. I love all things business. I love all things entrepreneurship. And that's why I advocate for people that want to become their own boss. I advocate for people that want more out of life. And that's the mission on this channel. I create impactful earners, impactful CEOs. So are you going to be my next impactful earner? The choice is yours. But shout out to you guys for being on the stream. Oh my gosh, I went over too long. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. See you later. Good night.